are you?
The question is, who are you?
I thought I knew. Now I'm not so sure.
Hello, beautiful people. Welcome back. It's your favorite spiritual auntie, Wterfiji. What the good, you already know. Now, I know it's been a minute. I just want to check in. And as you know, we have KIYE currently healing in your element. And so for this KIYE episode, this is a mental check-in for you. And when I say for you, I'm talking about beyond the character or the vessel that you are. Who are you internally? And this episode really got inspired because once a week out of every month, I always do like a fast. Okay. And so I've been doing my fast like I always do. And I do more of like an intermediate fast. So during like the day when it was still within the time frame of like when I was fasting, baby, I was just so hungry, like really just craving food and the snacks and just the things that I'm so used to just consuming. And while practicing the self-discipline and self-control of not eating and also watching my consumption of social media and just other things that would distract me, I truly sat in my own thoughts. Like as you should be doing, when you meditate. And during meditation, me trying to keep my mind occupied off of the food, I really acknowledged the silence that was around at the time because there was literally nothing going on. No notifications, no TV show, no music, no nothing, just me in the space that I was in. And while I was in that space, I heard a voice say, "Who are you?" And I'm just like, I'm kind of taken aback by it because I'm like, bitch, I'm what? Like, what do you mean, who are you? Then I took it back to the question, like, who are you? And I'm like, no, that's a very good statement. And as we are in now the season of spring, where now is the time for growth and the planting of seeds, planting yourself for this next chapter that we're in. Like, who are you? What seed? You're just dripping on my leg, just sticking like, honey, hey. Who are you? What seeds are you going to plant in the season right now? So yes, the question that we should be asking ourselves is, who are we? Who are you when no one else is around? Who are you when you don't have any other distractions? Who are you at your core, your true essence? And I think it's important for us to regularly check in with ourselves. Because sometimes who we are can get lost in the way of our destination, and sometimes your inner voice can be silenced and or repressed from all of the distractions and all of the rubble and clutter that we allow our spirit, our soul to be in when we are allowing ourselves to be in environments that we're not supposed to be in, and we're interacting and engaging with things that aren't really of us, but we believe that they are us because we've subconsciously conditioned ourselves for so long to believe that this is a part of us and who we are. And that's why you have so many instances where people be like, oh, I'm not a fighter, but you're always fighting. Why? If you don't really like to fight and you're not a fighter, why do you feel the need to fight all the time? Where does that stem from? Because you're attracting all of that energy. And so because you're not a fighter, but you're always fighting, baby, you are a fighter. Sometimes our voice can change. Some of you have did a lot of healing. I know I have in the season of self-reflection. And so now maybe you're wanting more, but that's okay. Admit that to yourself, and then admit that, and then claim it. Sometimes it's the environment, sometimes it's the people, and sometimes it's just the choices that we make. But the choice is still yours to make. Are you going to stay in that environment? Are you going to stay around those people? And if where you are and you don't feel it resonating with the person who you want to become and where you see yourself being, give yourself the opportunity and reclaim the power and the control to redefine what it is, who you are. You still have the power. And sometimes we forget that in life with all the trials and tribulations and the obstacles that we have to go through. Sometimes we do forget that we have the power and we are in control. But all you have to do is try. No matter what you're doing, as long as you try, you can never fail. I promise you will never. All you have to do is try. And try stands for take risk. Yes. The take the risk, the TR, questioning. Don't question it. Yes. Because when you take that risk, you're betting on yourself. And you win payout double when you bet on yourself versus when you're betting on somebody else. And so in this season, as you're asking yourself, who are you when no one else is around? Who am I at my core? Take the risk. Yes. Try. That was not it. And you try because when you take the risk, yes, give yourself that opportunity to take the risk, because only thing you're doing is reaching into some knowledge. That's what the risk is. Each time you take the risk, yes, you're reaching into knowledge. So you're pulling more experience for your soul so that way it can have a better guide for you. We sometimes sometimes forget. Sometimes it's also good to know what doesn't work for you just as much as what does work. But you won't find out what doesn't work for you until you try to see what does work for you. Or you have to try. Take the risk, yes. And some of us have a fear of failure. And so some of you may be scared because, well, what if I fail? And so because you want to hold on to what it is that you want or you see for yourself, you want to hold on to it so bad, you're smothering it and you're keeping yourself safe. Who are you when no one else is around? Who are you? In this journey of finding who you are, you got to step out of your comfortability. And that's the issue. We want to be so comfortable, that's why we're still being complacent. But that's not going to get you to your conviction. And Lisa Nichols makes a great reference, and I'm going to quote her. Your comfortability and your conviction cannot live on your same street. And so let me break that down for some of you who may not be able to digest that. If you're trying to get to your destination and you're on the street of your comfortability, but it's the one block over to your conviction, you have to make a turn. You have to at some point get off the exit. And some of you think that there's a cheat sheet. No, if I stay right here on this highway and I don't get off on this side, on this back street, on this dirt road, that's the problem. Some of y'all don't want to get dirty, but that's where your conviction is. Your conviction is on the dirt road, but you want to stay on the highway. That's just who I am. I do not do dirt road, baby. Is that working for you? Is it working for you? How is the highway working? You ask yourself that question, is it working? And then go back and revisit, am I comfortable over my conviction? And going into another reason why conviction can sometimes be difficult to maneuver in and work through because of the dirt road. You don't want to get your car dirty. Let me tell you this, conviction will bring you some no. And that's why you're staying in your comfortability, because comfortability is always going to be a yes, but your conviction will bring you some no. You just got to be okay with that, because as long as your conviction is there, and conviction, you have a strong belief, without a doubt, unwaverable faith in yourself. When your conviction is there and you have your calling for more, you want more for yourself. You see exactly where it is, where you want to go, and the destiny where you are in. And so you can understand, and that will help bring you an understanding of who are you. Some of you have a difficulty with who you are is because you lack boundaries. You done made it up for yourself to be the nicest person in town, but you're really a bitch. Why? Because you always helping somebody. You don't know when to say no. You don't know when to give yourself a break. You always giving. You're giving so much of yourself, there's now nothing. And because you lack boundaries, that's also how we know that you have the unhealthy relationship with the word now, because that's going to help you with your boundaries. You have to learn your pride land. Mufasa said, everything that the light touches is our kingdom. Learn your pride lands. Learn your boundaries. Learn your territory. And as you're learning your territory, become comfortable with the word no. Be okay with the word no. And a part of that reason for some people, when they have to say the word no, or they hear the word no, something happens in like just their body. It's like a bite sensation. It may start in like the gut, like, ooh, no, like I really don't want to, but you have to learn how to move through that. Maybe that's trauma. And so learning how to accept rejection and also give rejection out. The word no. No is a complete sentence with exclamation point. No can also be a complete sentence with just a period. It all just depends on how you want to use the word no. Now that's situational. No, or just, a no. And that's also fine. And in understanding that stomach feeling, that gut feeling, that's what you're digesting. You don't have to digest that. If you get a no, that's fine. You don't have to take the plate. You can, I'm good. You've tried it. It was a no. You can spit it out. Just y'all done seen me spit out like 4 grapes. That dumb was some no's. I don't have to digest that. You don't have to swallow it. And the issue is when we get the rejection, it's like we have to swallow it, and then now we're digesting it, and now it's becoming a part of our spirit, our body. No, you don't have to take that, baby. That's poison. You don't have to swallow it. And so for some people, that's a no. For some people who, if you haven't got it by now, the question of the video is, who are you? If you haven't found out your answer, that's okay. If you're still working on your answer, that's okay. If you have an idea of what it is, that's beautiful. Congratulations for you. Pat yourself on the back, baby. Slide to the side. But still listen to me when I speak. Put yourself in solitude, okay? Sometimes we isolate ourselves when we're triggered. And so we push ourselves away from everybody else. No, I don't have friends. No, I don't need anybody. Rah, rah, rah. Isolation, that's a no-no. Why? Isolation stems from fear, from trauma. So you force yourself to be lonely so that way you can feel like you have a sense of control. FTLR is isolation. And I want you to learn what true solitude is, because solitude stems from tranquility, love, freedom, and liberation. And the thing is, a lot of people get their isolation confused with solitude, because in isolation stemming from trauma, when you isolate a fish because it's sick, you seclude it from everybody else. But what's common amongst solitude and isolation is peace, because you can have peace but not liberation. Even the slave could find peace with being a slave. And so that's why I want you all to go for your liberation. And so yes, some of you may feel comfortable in that isolation, shelling yourself off from the world and the people around you. That's not going to benefit you. It's not, because it's okay to be in solitude, because while you're in solitude, you're still going to need your support system. And that's learning how to be in your own space while still having the support, or still feeling the support, still wanting the support, still needing the support. We're all human, baby. We need it. Regardless of what anybody wants to say or tell you how they feel, we all need somebody. Jasmine Sullivan said it too, bitch. Everybody needs somebody. And that support system is what's also going to help you in your solitude. Nobody can help you if you show up connection. And so rather than running away and hiding from all your problems, learn to be okay with the space that you create. And I hope that you all really enjoyed this. Truly, honestly, truthfully, I did enjoy this KIYE episode. Again, this is Who Are You? No one else is around here by yourself. And if you enjoyed this video and you made it to here, make sure that you like, comment, share, subscribe, and click the bell. And I love you all.
My head make me gag, ho. Take it. On my head when I shake.